Good morning, everybody. It's a brisk day out there. Thought I was on vacation. Again, good morning. If everybody could please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Want to make sure we properly get the meeting started. This is the Flagler County Tourist Development Council agenda meeting for October 16, 2024. My apologies for being tardy this morning. I know everybody's got a busy schedule. If I could, we've done the pledge. If we could just take a brief moment of silence. And I think it would be appropriate in this one to recognize those who have lost their lives in the recent storms, the two hurricanes that have passed through. Thank you. And I guess not just those who've lost their lives, but those whose lives have been torn upside down and have the grueling task of recuperating through, especially on the West Coast. We got kind of spared to a degree, but if you can count hurricane force winds on the beach. But anyway, all right. Item 2 on the agenda is our consent agenda. Ms. Lukasik, is there anything you wanted to highlight on those items?
Yeah, I'll just, since we got the year-end numbers on the revenue report, we did end the year with 4.3 million. We did projections at 4.2 million, so we actually had an increase from our budgeted projections of about 1.7%. So all in all, we were very pleased with that because we exceeded our projections, and it looks like we don't have the year-end budget to actual numbers yet. Finance is still closing out the year, but it estimated we'll put about 100,000 back into reserves from the fiscal year. So I just wanted to give that year-end update.
Okay, great. And I know we've got minutes on the consent, so I just wanted to read this notice that at the July 24th, 2024 TDC meeting, the following items were documented as conflicts of interest per Florida statutes 112.31434A, and that was item 4A, Stephen Baker did not participate in the vote. Item 4B, Daniel Mondrine did not participate in the vote. Item 8, ABC, Eric Cooley did not participate in the vote. Item 8, ABC, that's supposed to be you, Mr. Kloufis. It's Nick Kloufis did not participate in the vote. And item 8, ABC, I did not participate in the vote. I just wanted to make those notices to the minutes that were in there. And did anybody else have anything to pull or discuss in consent? Okay. I'll look for a motion to accept consent items.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Motion by Ms. Walker, second by Ms. Cook. All those in favor signify with aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries unanimously. All right, thank you very much. And our first presentation will be our tourist development tax update by Shelley Edmondson from the Flagler County Tax Collector's Office. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Good morning. This will just be pretty brief. Our collections year end, we just got all of our numbers, so we'll kind of go over that. Just a quick reminder, the 5-cent tax or the 5%, this is where it goes. 3% to the promotions, 1 penny goes to the beach restoration, and 1 penny goes to the capital projects. Here's what our annual collection looked like. Miss Amy just talked about just a little over $4.3 million. It was less than last year, but higher than you guys projected, so that was good. This graph just shows the trend, and I don't know why it keeps doing that. That pink line up top was this past year. So you can see the trend is the same, but it's definitely less than previous years. Here's the quarterly collection comparison. It was down $92,000, 6.6%. And that just breaks it down to the rental types. For July, here was the collections overall for July. 553,000, almost 554,000. August was 474,000. And then September was also lower at 265. We've talked about our active accounts and how we have our accounts in the system and who's paying. You can see that our accounts are going up. We're finding people, they're coming and going, a lot of Airbnbs and that sort of thing. But we are finding them, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Here's what the active accounts were as of just a few days ago. 725 are single-family homes. 44 are partial or the single-room folks. We have 30 duplexes, 744 condos and townhouses, 8 RVs and campgrounds, that hasn't changed, 16 hotel, motels, and chains. Again, that hasn't changed. And then we have 54 miscellaneous, which highlighted in the yellow is what those consist of, just the bed and breakfast, mobile homes, co-ops, that sort of thing. And then here's where they're all at. It's unchanged for unincorporated areas. There's still 820. And the rest, there was some slight changes, 581 in the city of Palm Coast, that is up. City of Flagler Beach is up to 202, and then the city of Bunnell, town of Marineland, and Beverly Beach did go down from 30 to 18. Any questions about any of that so far? So we just like to ask the taxpayers, what's going on? How do you feel? What's the temperature out there? And here's kind of some of the things that they said. They were expecting more people to book in advance for Biketoberfest, and that just didn't happen. Costs are going up. The election's coming. They think they're just not out vacationing like they were before. One guy said he lowered his prices on all the online platforms, and it's just still not getting booked. And again, the election, the fear of the election and the unknown is what they're guessing, why people just aren't renting. So the tone's kind of the same. To talk about our enforcements, we did have 5 enforcement actions, went to the homes, knocked on the doors, put the notices on the doors. We currently have 2 pending tax warrants of folks that haven't paid that we've been in communication with. We did file our very first tax warrant in all the years, last 4 or 5 years we've done this. We have not had to file a tax warrant. We did. That didn't take long. They ran up and paid rather quickly, and so we did our first tax warrant release. And then we currently have 8 under active investigation. We did just recently renew our contract with our online monitoring program. It's just over $15,000 a year. That helps us identify on all those rental platforms. They have reporting capabilities, screenshots. We have, they call them ghost accounts. They put them up and down, up and down. They think we're not watching. Well, this system watches 24/7 for us, so we have a good idea who they are, even if they take their stuff down. This is our new tax bill insert. So you all know our tax bills are coming out in the mail in the next few weeks. It's magenta this year. It's previously been orange, a nice bright orange. We changed it up a little bit. So it's a nice magenta, pretty color this year. Just informing every taxpayer, if you're renting your home, you need to let us know. So it works really well. We still do our PowerPoint displays in our office, and we have our anonymous reporting capabilities on our website. And then that's what that looks like. And we did have 3 anonymous reportings, average 1 to 2 a month. But we do get them where they tell on their neighbors, or, we also get a lot of other things, like the neighbor didn't mow the grass, and, whatever, too many cars parked in the driveway, and it's really not a rental, but they don't know who to tell, so they tell us a lot of things. But anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it. Does anybody have any questions?
Question, and
Sure.
Commissioner, Councilman Clufus, maybe you can give us an update on what the city was doing with their short-term vacation rental codes. And I don't know if that will have an effect in those numbers, or if that's what we
It's true.
anticipate.
Potentially, the anonymous reporting button. I have been telling people, especially at meetings, if they suspect their neighbors are Airbnb-ing a house, that they go ahead and use that. But we are our short-term rental legislation that we are trying to pass. We actually talked about it yesterday to an extent. It's going to be workshopped one more time, but we are now able to place some more regulations and requirements for Airbnbs and VRBOs in the limits of Palm Coast to try to kind of subdue some of the negative impacts that they've allegedly had on our community. So I think that'll be coming before the city council probably first week of December for codification, but we will see. And I appreciate all the information that you've been able to glean for us. And I look forward to them being able to pass that, but I will not be on the council any longer. So yeah, leave it in a good spot. Thank you for everything that you've done.
Yes, and I will add to that we also, on the flip side, we handle the local business tax portion. I don't know what it's doing. Is that me? Oh, okay. We handle the local business tax portion of short-term rentals also. Well, local business tax for everything, for all businesses, but specifically for short-term rentals. And so what that means is, if anybody has a rental in the county, we make sure that they have to, the county ordinance says they have to have a local business tax receipt with the county. By doing that, we have to ensure that their state license compliance, any city requirements are met, and then we issue. So then we have that list as well. So if there's something that we can do to help you, or give you
Sure.
any lists of people that already have local business tax, because part of the requirement to have a short-term rental in Flagler County is to have a local business tax receipt
Excellent.
as well.
And thank you. And I'll extend the collaboration invitation to the rest of the council, and hopefully they pursue that as well.
Yes?
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, appreciate that. Any other questions for Ms. Edmondson? Okay.
Thank you.
All right, I did want to, before I go on, take note that in my rush to get us going and started, I wanted to make sure that we noticed for the record that Daniel Mondrine and Commissioner Cooley have been excused. They're not here today. Just wanted to make that note for the record. All right, on to general business. Item 4A, Fund 1110, the fiscal year 25 discretionary event funding review.
Thank you. Our first item is one of our most repeated customers, if you will, that have been very important to our community and our tourism economy, and that is the Continuing Education Company. And this is their annual spring conference. They do 1 week in March and 1 week in April. And for each week, they have about 225 conference registrants. Again, this is physicians who are continuing their education, and they are off in the afternoon, so they do encourage a lot of outdoor activities, get outside the resort, go to the restaurants. We have Deborah that goes there on registration day and sets up a table with a lot of area information and restaurant menus. They do book about 760 rooms, and their budget for each week is approximately about $150,000. So our contribution is to support the marketing that Walter does. And Walter couldn't make it today, so there is a representative from his organization, Ms. Beth Townsend, and if she would like to come up and introduce herself, and be happy to answer any new questions. And thank you.
Good morning, welcome.
Good morning. I'm Beth Ryan Townsend, and I'm Director of Compliance and Programming for Continuing Education Company. Walter is sorry he couldn't be here this morning, and I would be remiss if I didn't just express our gratitude for your support. As Amy, you gave a great recap, but we do use the funds on a mailer brochure that reaches a national audience, and it's primarily physicians, but also PAs and nurses. And we love holding this meeting here in Flagler County and love promoting it. Deb does a great job at our registration and our attendees. We're fortunate to have a good number of repeat, but what the brochure does is help bring in new people. So I just wanted to say thank you. Does anybody have any questions? Yes, yes. 2025 is our 19th year.
Wow.
Conference,
Very good.
yeah.
Any other comments? How many are you bringing for these 2 dates?
Yeah, so each conference, and there's, the 2 waves, is about 225 attendees. We try to fill Hammock Beach Resort, but in years past, they've overflowed into other area hotels and rentals. And they bring their families because we target this towards spring breaks. We love to see families with them. So about 800 on average with each wave, 800 people.
Wow,
That's
very good.
including children.
Motion to approve. Item A.
Do you want to do these individually, Amy? So we'll go,
Yes.
the motion will be for
8,000.
A1, 8,000 for the week of March 31st through April 4th.
I'll second it.
Chair, I'm sorry to interrupt, John. Chairman Dance, I need to excuse myself from voting on both 1 and 2 right there,
Yes, sir.
if you don't mind, because we're the host hotel. Thank you.
Yep, just note that at the end of the vote.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, so I have a motion by Mr. Lugerai and a second by Commissioner Clufus. That's on 4A1 for the week of March 31st through April 4th. All those in, to open up for public comment. Is there any public comment? Seeing none, we'll bring it back. All those in motion signify with aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries unanimously. And then we'll do 4A2, which is 8,000 for the week of April 14th through 18th.
Move to approve. Second.
I have a motion by Ms. Walker, seconded by Ms. Cook. Open up for public comment. Seeing no one come forward, we'll bring it back. All those in favor signify with aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries unanimously. We'll move on to 4A3, which is $10,000 for Florida Elite Winter Invitational, January 25th through 26th, 2025.
Thank you. This is a soccer tournament that'll be held in a very important time of the year, a slow time of the year, so always good to see events happening during that time. This is about 3,700 participants, because that's including their family members that come. It's approximately 75 teams, with each team having about 15 players. This event brings about 260 room nights with an average daily rate of about $175. Their budget, about $20,000 alone just goes for referee fees. So this helps offset that cost for them. And we have a representative from the organization, Mr. Ross Dalton, who's here to answer any questions you may have.
Great. Anybody have any, did you want to come forward? I don't have any questions. Anybody else? Oh, man, you were spared today. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Motion to approve.
I have to abstain.
Okay. Just make that note after the vote. A motion by Mr. Lugerai.
Second.
All right, seconded by Mr. Baker. Open up for public comment. All right, seeing none, we'll bring it back. All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries unanimously. Thank you, sir, for being here. Right, we'll move to 4B1. This is Fund 1110 Fiscal Year 25 Special Event Marketing Grant.
Thank you. This is, applicant is the city of Palm Coast, and we're happy that they are hosting an event at the new and improved Southern Rec Center. This will be specifically for a women's tournament, and they will be reimbursed. This fund, $5,000, is all for marketing and promotions, and they will need to provide documentation and verification of all their marketing efforts with our logo on it. They also can get reimbursed for any printing of brochures or flyers, programs, their marketing materials, posters, and any graphic design work that they had to have done. And we do have representatives from the city of Palm Coast here to answer any questions. And again, this is at a good time of year where we're typically slow. It's being held in January.
Okay, did City of Palm Coast want to come up? Come on. Good morning, welcome.
Morning.
Please introduce yourself.
Yes, Dennis Redican, Recreation Manager. This will be the 14th time we host a men's event, and we just added the women's event for this year, which will be a bigger draw because of the prize money involved. Last year at the men's event, we had 244 hotel and motel room nights used. We found that information through a survey that we had on site during the event. Players from all over the state of Florida, Canada, Bulgaria, Spain. So there's a lot of people involved in these events.
Very good. Any questions?
Although I have to abstain from this vote, I just wanted to note that this is going to be, we finally have locker rooms and everything and a tremendous facility because of what this board has been able to accomplish. So I just wanted to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for providing such a platform for this tournament to come to our city. So thank you guys. And of course, I have to abstain from this vote.
Quick
Motion
comment
to
from me.
approve?
Quick comment.
Yes.
And I have to abstain too because I have 2 blocks of room. So I appreciate you guys. I just want to say it's awesome to see the tournament grow. And it was, yeah, we worked it out last year. It was really cool. We love having the kids at the hotel.
Any other questions?
I just got an easy one. Dennis, do y'all require them to stay? Is it like a stay and play? Or are they allowed to kind of go wherever they would like to stay overnight?
So they are allowed to stay wherever they want. Of course, we encourage the hotel room block. We make sure they have that information. It's part of their registration process. But some of them don't always have the funds to stay in the hotels, so they will sometimes Airbnb or even just sleep in their cars, we've heard, so.
Did you state your name for the record, just so we could?
Sorry, I'm Brittany McDermott, the Deputy Director of Parks and Recreation with the City of Palm Coast.
Great, thank you. All right, any other questions for them? All right, sounds good, thank you. So now we've got the men's and the women's.
Yes.
Both, okay, very good. All right, so we have, we'll open up for public comment. Is there anybody from the public? Anybody wants to comment on this one? We'll bring it back to the dais. Is there a motion for 4B1 for $5,000 for the City of Palm Coast?
Move to approve.
A motion by Ms. Walker,
Second.
second by Mr. Baker. I went for public comment on this one, so we'll bring it back. If I could have a vote for this item, all those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
And I'm going to make note, I went through too fast through the other ones, but are there any abstentions? Okay, Ms. Robinson and Mr. Clufus.
Yes, sir.
All right, so just want to, so motion carries with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 votes. And just want to make sure for the note that even though I went through the votes quickly on 4-1A, it was not unanimous because Mr. Baker was abstaining from those two. And on 4A3, Ms. Robinson abstained from that vote. Just want to make that clear because I went through that kind of quick and just wanted to make sure I went back and did that. So we've got approval on those 4 items under 4. Item 4, general business. Thank you. Under 5, the quarterly marketing update. Courtney Brokaw, our marketing manager.
Good morning. We'll start with a review of our content over the last quarter. Oh. In July, we focused on 4th of July and summer fun. The blog content featured a 4th of July themed itinerary, which included holiday menus and activities. And Angie had a nice patriotic social post. That's the one there in the middle with a photo of a sweet little guy holding a flag at Marineland. And then the other summer fun highlights included a feature on Backwater Cat Adventure. And our Meet a Local was on Kathy Sanders from Fishing Girl. If you're unfamiliar, Fishing Girl offers surf fishing charters. And Kathy is really passionate about getting women interested in fishing. So a great little blog post there. Next. Okay, in August, we launched our new campaign, the Trails, Tides, and Laid Back Vibes, across our own website. It's already been out on our ads. But we were able to get all the content and pull it through the website. So if you go and visit Flagler.com, you'll see a video reel, and then there's sections devoted to hiking and biking, beaches, and other nature-based activities. Angie was also able to weave some of the new photography throughout her social post. That's on the bottom right there. You can see the picnic and the kayaking. And then our Meet a Local blog had a twist in August. We interviewed Serge from Marineland. Of course, we needed a special translator because I don't speak Dolphinese. So thank you to the Marineland folks to help get the video, and Angie was able to take it and create a reel. Okay. In September, we focused on fall couple getaways. As kids go back to school, we shift our focus to this demographic as they tend to travel in the off season. And we do the same thing with our paid. We stop targeting. We still target families, but we focus on the couples, the older couples who can travel when school's in session. So we had a fall couples blog that highlighted things to do based on your couple personality types. You can see there was the venture seekers, the romance lovers, and the culture connoisseurs. And then for our Meet a Local, we interviewed Michelle Lamb from Fun Coast Food Tours. She runs an oceanside seafood tour that gives visitors a taste of Flagler Beach's foodie scene. Okay. And switching gears, we're excited to share that our office won a first place Henry Award from Visit Florida. Visit Florida hosts the Flagler Awards during its annual Governor's Conference each year. We won a Henry Award for the Tourism Special Event Marketing category for our promotion of Hang 8 dog surfing. Our team had to submit our marketing strategy, the budget, and other key information for consideration. And we just want to say it's really easy to promote such a great event because it's, it promotes itself. It's so sweet and just goes over well. All right. And as the new Visitor Eco Discovery Center moves forward, we have added a section to our partner website with a wealth of information on the project. There are pages dedicated to frequently asked questions, conceptual images, and more. Thank you to Deborah because she really helped me get all that put on the website there. There's also a contact page for our partners and others who are interested in getting involved. You can see the images there that we pulled that are on the site. What's coming up? We have several exciting projects in the works, including a reimagining of the visitor guide and other print collateral. We're starting with the visitor guide, and then we'll weave that design through the other brochures. You can see it's on the left there, but we're still in the beginning stages. And we've also solidified our fiscal year 2025 media plan, and it's well-rounded with both digital and traditional media buys. And we're continuing with the Trails, Tides, and Laid Back Vibes that we launched over the summer, and we'll be adjusting the creative as needed based on things like seasonality and different demographics that are coming to visit, like the couples we mentioned earlier. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Questions, Courtney?
Just congratulations on the award. It was very nice to see our name up there.
And I will say, I don't know how I came across it, but I did see the Fishing Girls video post-hurricane. She went out and did an analysis, went to each of the public accesses and talked about the erosion and the conditions. It was very positive. But first time you mentioned it, and the first time I came across, actually, I'm sure it'll pop up more frequently now based on the algorithms, but that was I thought that was a good video, at least on people that may be curious about how we weathered the storm on the beach side.
Yeah, and we provided it to the emergency management crew because they obviously have a library, if you will, of all photos and videos post-storm so we can track the progress. So I submitted that to that collection so that they would have that for damages or just historical purposes. Very helpful.
Yep. And congratulations on that award. That was very nice. Very well done. All right, we'll move on to item 6, department updates and presentations. Ms. Lukasik.
Thank you. I just wanted to go over a couple things. One, just to share with you guys that the City of Palm Coast has provided their first project impact report. This is a requirement of receiving the capital project funding grant that they got for the expansion and improvement of the Southern Recreation Center. So from the time that their doors opened and hosting tournaments in February and up until July, they list all of the events that they've held and what type of participation and the economic impact. And so far, they've have verified almost 5,000 room nights. And they've provided also a fantastic, sophisticated, professional reporting of the surveys that Brittany mentioned earlier. So I just wanted to share with you that we are starting to see those reports, and we'll continue to share those. My next item, just to give an update, our office did a presentation to the Town of Marineland Council. That's something we've never really done before. We usually just do it either at the City of Flagler Beach or Palm Coast. So we were hosted there, so we gave them an update. Also up at what's happening in Marineland, specifically in front of Marineland Dolphin Adventure. Sorry, Felicia, if I take your thunder. But the FC3 had a new turtle called Max, so we went to that event. Also, we had our partner informational meeting that we welcomed potential partners and vendors for the Eco Discovery Center so that we could answer a lot of questions, give people an update, an understanding. We had a great turnout. It was probably close to 80 people. And we, like Courtney showed on her presentation, we had a card there where people could let us know how they wanted to be involved and partner with us. So we've collected that database and have them in different categories. And then we're following up with some communication of what's the next steps. The next one is I'm going to have Deborah give a very brief update on FC3 and some things that are happening there since last time we met.
All right, FC3 has finally wrapped up their strategic plan. They're meeting this Friday. They will officially adopt it. You can see the main pillars are advocacy, foster collaboration, and support is what will make up the strategic plan.
Is your mic on?
I think so.
Okay.
Maybe I always get accused of talking too loud. Now I'm not enough. In January, at our meeting in January, a representative from FC3, the chairman, Nancy Crouch, will come and give you an update on an annual update per our agreement with them on where the organization, and just in brief, she will give you more details about that strategic plan. FC3 has now entered into an agreement with the City of Palm Coast, which is wonderful. So she'll have great detail on that and how that's going to look for the organization and filter down into our community. They do have a new brochure. She'll recap the annual membership meeting that took place earlier this month. We were also at Creekside Festival. They're working on an oral history project and lots of exciting things going on with that turtle trail. So Nancy will bring all of that to you in January. Our next upcoming event is the Palm Coast Fall Arts Festival. I think there's a flyer in front of everybody. And that's going to take place in Town Center on November the 9th. I think we're up to about 35 vendors. We're going to have some other activities and entertainment to make it a larger draw and support those, crafters and artisans in our community and continue to develop the membership base.
Any questions, comments?
Only comment I would make is thank you for the partnership in the city of Palm Coast. We have dedicated $100,000 for this upcoming year for how FC3 sees fit. So that was a big accomplishment at the city.
All right, great.
I
Thank
have
you.
some,
Yes.
Miss Deborah. We have 13. We have 12 resident painters at Marineland. I was wondering if you would have the aquatic ability for our dolphin painters to come to the festival.
We can discuss that. We're always welcoming new talent. That would be great. We'd love to have that. We'll talk after the meeting.
Okay.
I didn't know Marineland had 12 residents.
She's dolphins.
Yeah, actually, there are more dolphins than there are people.
And I just have a couple more items. I think hopefully everyone saw the save the date. We're going to have our tourism annual meeting January 29th. That's a Wednesday from 11:30 to 1 at the Palm Coast Community Center. We have secured a very, very special guest, so it won't just be an hour of me blabbing. We're going to have someone we're very excited about and awards and recognitions. So please save the date and come show your support for that. Also, I just wanted to let everyone know that mainly the hoteliers, that the Pumpkin Shootout, our annual lacrosse tournament, they did need to reschedule. A lot of their teams were in affected areas, so we'll be looking forward to seeing that rescheduled date. Also, heads up, Oktoberfest is this weekend, and it should be great weather, so we are going to be doing some social media advertising to get people over, especially over in Flagler Beach, to those restaurants. And I just personally wanted to congratulate Courtney for the Flagler Award. We brought it here, and it is very, very heavy. This is a serious award. It's like a weapon. She worked very hard for the marketing of this event, and like she said, it's a great and fun, unique event to promote. But we had to provide and demonstrate results and analytics and all the things, and she did great. So big congratulations to her. And lastly, for those of you that don't know, this is Councilman Clufus's last meeting with us, and he has been here, I was trying to think, at least 5 years, 6, 7, 8?
Yeah, well, on the Tourism Development Council, I think probably, third term or second?
Yeah.
I've been taking it over. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure, and we have here a certificate of appreciation. I just wanted to say that the certificate is in recognition of your service and dedication as a board member of the Flagler County Tourism Development Council, and with sincere gratitude for your contributions for the benefit of our community and our tourists. And you have been a great supporter of the arts and cultural industry, of the sports, and all of our efforts, and a great advocate. And your knowledge and continuity has been so important, and we truly, truly have enjoyed working with you.
Thank you. And I have nothing but the highest of appreciation for everyone here serving on our board, the hard work, city staff. I mean, it's a culmination of everyone's hard work, and I'm just kind of riding on their coattails. So thank you to everyone who has served on this board. I frequently use the Southern Recreation Center almost, probably 4 or 5 times a week. So I'm probably one of the biggest beneficiaries of this, but it has really made Palm Coast a phenomenal place. And I look forward to the other projects that this board has pushed forward. And thank you so much, Amy and staff, for always being available and fighting for what's best for Flagler County and bringing tourism initiative dollars to our county. Thank you.
Great.
And that concludes my update.
All right, thank you. Well, thank you. I guess it's appropriate, but to say thank you again for your time on the council. I've only shared it 1 year with you, but as I've seen from attending and watching all the city council meetings, you know, you're always been very professional and thoughtful in what you do. So thank you. And I will say the suspense is intriguing. You're building the suspense for the annual meeting by not disclosing any information, but promoting it already as somebody, a guest speaker. So
That's what we do. We do marketing, right? And I think we have some public comments ready today.
Okay, great. At this time, is that all the questions for Miss Amy? Okay. So at this time, I'll open it up for community outreach. This is 30-minute time allocated at the end of the meeting for public comment. So if anybody would like to approach the dais, state your name. Come on up. Morning.
Good morning. My name is McKinley Chafin, and I am with Wavos Inc. I have created a company that makes biodegradable products. So I've been talking with Johnny and Mike behind me. We've been really excited about making a green initiative for a Flagler. And so I'm from Jacksonville, Florida, just a neighbor to the north. So I've just started the past couple of years creating a formula, working with a manufacturer, and then getting our whole catalog ready for clients. So the past year, I've been working with the state parks in Florida. So we have like Ichitutney, Anastasia, Silver Springs. So we're going through and working with them to start transitioning plastics into biodegradable plastics. So one of the things I really wanted to bring to Flagler was an opportunity to start transitioning y'all's businesses here to moving forward with biodegradable plastics and helping our ecosystem here. So I think it's a great opportunity to all work together. I am working with Mike on next year being y'all's 100-year anniversary. So we were thinking about just starting just with like a simple cup and having it at like all the events that are going to be going on throughout the year. So we were going to be doing like branding between Wavos and Flagler and have like Flagler Beach on the front of the cup and Wavos on the back and have that as like, hey, you know, we're starting something that can potentially go across, you know, the whole nation, and it could start here in Flagler. So I think that's a great opportunity. We do have a whole catalog of products, but we wanted to kind of introduce ourselves today as a partnership that we could have for the future and really helping reduce our waste that's going on right now. So if there's any questions, I would love to answer them, or if y'all want to talk to me about more.
Right. Well, anybody at the dais would have questions for her?
I think McKinley's been great. Just a few years ago when Flagler Beach, our FB3 group, Flagler Beach Business Bureau, put our Go Green project together, I warned everyone that this is years and years in the making, right? And McKinley was first brought to us by Carla Klein. And first, with these little 2-ounce and 4-ounce souffle cups, which are great. They didn't end up being as feasible for the restaurateurs yet, but now a few years later, as the chemical compound that they created is just mind-blowing to where now we actually have real biodegradable opportunity for something like those solo-looking cups. I mean, I go through so many of those, and I do my own personal branding, and part of FB3 was to get us all together to buy something that is branded together to show unity for such a great, I mean, our environment is the most important thing in Flagler Beach, right? Our beach is everything. And to get plastics that actually biodegrade are great. And being the centennial next year, it just seems like a win-win-win, but just kind of want to get that ball rolling and introduce it to the board.
Good, great. Thank you.
Great, perfect.
Anybody else? Can you give me the basic version of how they work? How does the
Perfect.
biodegradability of a plastic cup? I'm having trouble
Yes.
figuring that out.
So as you can see, it looks and feels like plastic. That was what I wanted to happen. I wanted to make a company that wasn't just catering to, my profit and the bigger picture of, I just want to make money and make a bunch of like eco-friendly, like it gets a bit complicated. But I wanted to make sure that the people using it, that there's a full circle of from the production of plastic to the end life. So how I created it was the formula that we have. It's made from organic materials, and then it's actually implemented at a manufacturing level. So it's implemented instead of using a whole polymer, which is the plastic that they use at the manufacturing level. It just replaces it and coats the product. So once the product is being used, it'll never break down like paper straws. They're like break down as you're using them. So this will actually break down once it's in a landfill environment. And we are working with our landfills that are local to here. I know right now y'all's trash is going actually up to Atlanta, but it used to go to Putnam County. And we've been working and correlating with those landfills to actually produce tanking systems that will bring in plastic and actually break down. So from the start of production to the end life cycle at the landfill, we're actually on both bookends. So that's what I wanted to do.
I have a question.
Yes.
How long does it take to biodegrade once it's in the landfill? And I'm thinking about our beaches. Should people take them to the beaches? Is it something that'll biodegrade on the beach, or we have to collect it?
It is not something that will biodegrade on the beach, but as of right now, 85% of our plastics do go to our landfills. So, but we are working on solutions for to actually make a water-soluble formula. So if something like that, as we progress, and we start making more and more of our catalog, I will have like a water soluble option that it's not going to be as shelf sustainable, as in it won't break down while you're using it, but if it gets into the water and everything, it's going to start breaking down. So as of right now, we're between 2 and 5 years, it just depends. The product, 2 to 5 years full breakdown in landfill, and then we're making tanking systems that it's anaerobic degradation that will actually accelerate that process too. So we'll be implementing those.
Better than plastic that stays too long.
Oh my goodness, like 350 or more years. So, and that's actually creates microplastics too. So I know a lot of people have learned about those over the past couple of years. These, how we've made our formula, it will fully biodegrade. So there won't, and it'll go back to the soil. And we've been working with the landfills and everything to actually see like what we can do with the waste that comes from it too. So whether we're selling it back as fertilization or giving it to farms or zoos and like things like that actually need that compost, we can use it back to the environment as well.
Congratulations.
It's been very exciting.
Is it 100%? Is 100% of it biodegrades? There's nothing?
Correct.
Well, very interesting. Awesome. Very exciting.
Thank you all so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for being here. Anybody else from the public? Come on up.
Hi, I'm Mike Akialis. Wow, very loud. I'm with I'm one of the co-vice chairs of the Flagler Beach Centennial Committee. You guys heard it mentioned, Flagler Beach is turning 100 years old next year, and I'm just kind of here to plant a seed with the Tourist Council. We'd like to connect with you, Amy, at some point, and maybe do some marketing and some things to help bring some more people. You know, we have the new hotel in Flagler Beach and a few things. So essentially, that's really what I'm here for, just to kind of let you guys know that we have a committee. We are actually organized. We're called Flagler Beach Celebrates, and we're organized underneath the umbrella of Flagler Strong. Familiar with that? So we're a nonprofit 401c3, and essentially that's really it. We're just we have a whole lot of ideas for events, and different things to bring people to the beach. And of course, we want to celebrate it with the whole county, because the whole county is what makes Flagler Beach. It's not just Flagler Beach. So we want to make sure to get everybody involved and see what we can do to get them the word and the marketing out. And then we got some ideas. I have some ideas for some turtles and some things like that we could do for the centennial, along with potential time capsule, things like that. So
Yeah, I was going to say, can you talk about that time capsule on the turtle? Just what you told me on the way over, because those are the two main points. I was like, holy crap, that's
no,
great.
I mean, honestly, we'd love to get funds to do a centennial turtle and do it in Veterans Park and do a time capsule underneath it to be open to maybe 100 years from now. So that was an idea I had. We've had lots of different. We want to do banners. We want to do possibly co-marketing with cups, and especially with the Go Green. The ideas behind it to take that step toward that future and and just celebrate 100 years of Flagler Beach. Have some, we're going to be doing, everything's going to have a centennial flair. We're going to have the centennial 4th of July parade, the centennial Christmas parade, things like that. But essentially, we just want to get the whole community involved, and we're just planting the seed now. So we don't just come next year and be like, hey, we need this, we need this. So we'd like ideas and any help we can get to make next year an amazing year for not only Flagler Beach, but also the whole Flagler County.
Awesome.
Any questions?
Hi. So are we going to is it going to be like a whole year celebration? January the 1st marks the 100 years, and then we can help you market by saying, hey, the beach is centennial. Is there going to be like things that, you guys will tell me if there are things to do,
No.
But can we start running our mouths January?
You start running your mouth now.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
it is an annual. Yes, we want to celebrate all year. Of course, we're going to have two specific dates. We have the day that I believe it's April 6th that we decided to be a city. Then we have, I believe, June 8th is the day the state of Florida said we could be one. So we're going to have 2 days that we're going to celebrate. I think we're doing the state one as our official centennial, the June 8th. But yes, we plan on doing events all year. All of our First Fridays are going to be centennial First Fridays. We have ideas for restaurants and stuff. We'd love everybody to have like a $19.25 special each month. For the sorry. There's my 3 minutes.
We're asking questions. It's fine.
Okay. I don't want to take up time. So the idea is just to have a little bit of everything through the whole year, and it's because 100's a big deal, especially for Flagler Beach. We're obviously not that big when it comes down to it. So very proud of what we've done, and looking forward to celebrating it next year with everyone.
All right, very good. Is there the historical component? Who's kind of, I see a big part of it, right? Talking about the history of Flagler Beach and Ocean City, or from the very beginning.
Ocean City, absolutely. And one of the things we've talked about is putting together some material for the different existing buildings that are still there, like the pharmacy, the Holden House. We have a few different, not the Holden House, I apologize, pharmacy, the Fuquay House, which is now the Topaz. But yeah, we plan on absolutely taking a little walk through the past.
Okay.
People don't know, like the hotel is built on the same lot that the hotel was on. So it's, kind of we're going to throw back to where we started, and just excited about it. But yes, historical, but also moving toward the future. We talked about, why I connected with Mackenzie is because I had this idea years ago to kind of brand everything as a recyclable for Flagler Beach, and obviously county-wise, we all need to do the same thing for our environment, and all of our beaches are super important. So when it comes down to it, that's what I'm here, just to kind of plant the seed. And like I said, we would love to get our committee together, Amy, and connect with your office and see what we can do, and maybe even update a highway sign with 100 years of Flagler Beach or something. A few different things. We have lots of different ideas, but again, it's a collaboration for everybody. It's a community celebration. It's not just a few of us doing it. So, and anybody who wants to participate, don't be shy. I'd love to get you guys on the committee, or the meetings we have, because again, this is a community event. It's supposed to be super special.
Just to put it in your forethought, June 8th, 2025 is World Ocean Day. So Flagler Beach, World Ocean kind of goes together.
Yeah.
There should be a lot of grant money out there for that.
Like Commissioner Dan said.
And go back to that name. I like that
Yeah,
name.
but there's a lot of grants available for that day. So
Okay, so we could look into that as well. Outstanding, thank you. No, again, any help we can get, we greatly appreciate. We're, never done this before. First time turning 100. So looking forward to the experience. Any other questions?
I just realized I've been here for half of those years, which is kind of scary.
I'm proud, myself, I'm almost a quarter century
Yeah.
Flagler Beach. So this next coming June will be my official 25th year
Right.
there. So yes, I feel the same way, very near and dear to our hearts. And oh my God, how long have I been here? So anything else?
Any questions?
Appreciate you guys. Thank you
Thank
very
you very
much.
much for being here. Appreciate it.
Congratulations.
All right. Any other public comment today? All right. Seeing none, we'll bring it back to our board member comments. When we'll start at the left with Ms. Robinson. We let everybody know how everybody fared during the storm.
Good morning. I'm Lisa Robinson, the general manager at the Hampton Inn Suites in Palm Coast. And yeah, we fared okay, just a couple of trees down. Power was out for about 14 hours. We had the pleasure of being able to host the evacuees from Helene and Milton, from Sarasota and Tampa, and to give support throughout the state with them, which made us very proud to be able to be there and to help people, because that's what we do. But no major damage. We're still anticipating, we got about 50% for Bike Week. We normally have the same exact people that stay at the hotel for that Biketoberfest. So some people have given up their rooms for any evacuees that may still be displaced. They feel like they can come in March. So I've had that people personally call me. And we still have people coming in because of water and different things but this time from our area. So it's more Volusia and East Coast side that we have in now. Yeah, we're happy to be there and to be able to help. We had an all right end of summer. July, August, September was everything that we expected. It was fine. Didn't have anything to complain about. We look forward to 2025, so I'm very excited to hear all this stuff about Flagler Beach, because I like events. You know how I am. I like stuff to be here. So that's good. But we'll also be in a soft renovation starting April of 2025. So the first quarter we'll do, and then we'll have a soft rental. So when we have people coming, we'll need to usher them somewhere, because they're going to be mad because we're going to be, chopping up stuff. So, but we have to do, Hilton every 7 years does a full rental or a soft rental on all the properties at this level. So we have to change the case goods because they've updated the logo. If you look, the Hampton's different. It's blue. It's in cursive. I don't know if the little kids are going to be able to read it because it's in cursive. But anyway, so we have to change to all those logos, and they have come from colorful to a more subtle, seem like relaxing. It'll be similar to Hilton Garden, but not exactly the same, because we support families. So, we have this big campaign about add all this stuff to the waffle. So when you come, the waffle's going to have a bunch of stuff on top of it, meat, and if you eat that, and all kinds of stuff. But yeah. So we always geared toward the family in my brain and the kids. So as far as tourism is weird. So it's just like people are traveling. They're passing through. I don't know where they're going. I think a lot of these cruises, but they are stopping off the highway like they're supposed to. And we do try to push the beach when they do that, but then when we do that, they come back and move here. But that's all right. Y'all like that too. So we have a lot of people moving. They've come back and they're staying while they close on their house. So I'm surrounded by all the construction projects that we have in the city. So thank you guys for that. Even the other supposed to be competitor hotel at the beach is not a competitor, because they all stayed at my hotel to build it. So we feel like we're a part of that a little bit. But yeah, just the building the houses and everything, we're able to support the supporting cast as they do these subdivisions and cut them out in streets and everything. And that's fine too. Everybody's fine. We appreciate the business and being able to actually do our jobs. So that's all I have.
Did you have any linemen?
I have linemen. Yeah. So I have this thing with FPL. I got in during Matthew. So there's people that I've been there for a while. So, if they want a room, they get me up on the line. So it's like when they want them all to stay there, they look and see if we're out. But this time it was a tree on the line, so it was nothing that nobody could do. But they did it pretty fast.
Okay.
And we have linemen. Oh yeah. And all these other people that are doing restoration and, everybody that's a lot of water damage. They're doing the water damage and they're staging here and going back. So, yeah.
It's interesting you talked about people moving back after they've stayed. It almost makes me think there should be some type of reward system for when somebody actually moves back in and they relate it to a stay that they've had here. That
Yeah, I mean, if we can start tracking that next year, because a lot of times they don't know about Palm Coast, and like I said before, at previous meetings, they won't know unless we tell them. So when we try to send them places, we want places for them to be able to go, but they like living here and they like the trails and they like all that. Like August, everybody was on that. They were on the website and they were telling us about it. I was like, I know, I'm on the committee. Oh, where's that trail? Yeah. So they like that bike trail. They like the ecosystem coming. They love the beach right there, and they're going to be moving into these new subdivisions that are coming. So it comes from a stay, because like I said, most of the time they're passing through. We do one group every year now. It's a Haitian Creole group that comes down from like Georgia and this, that, and the third. They don't stay in Daytona because they don't want their kids in Daytona. They stay here because it's family friendly in Palm Coast, and this will be their third time. And a guy spoke to me about booking their tournament. One is April. I'm gonna send them all to the beach. It's that first week, and the next one is in May. So this is why he just gave me that feedback like a day ago, that they want to stay here because they like to stay in Palm Coast with the kids.
your marketing play right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those for
so
kids, not seniors.
that's how we get them to move here.
No, yes. That's not.
That's it.
Thank you. Thank you
You're
very
welcome.
much. Mr. Baker.
Stephen Baker, Hammock Beach Resort. We opened up the ocean course yesterday. Just had a lot of water that wasn't receding on some of the cart paths, things like that. But very, very blessed and very fortunate, considering that storm strength and way it came through. We did lose about 550 group room nights due to the storm on there. So one was just an outright cancel, but the other ones we're trying to rebook. Some we rebooked into 25, others we're trying to save into 24 on there. So, but just a couple of trees that they're dealing with now, but the resort back open, and so it's feel good about it. Star Report, we've talked to like Ponte Vedra, talked to World Golf Village, Omni Amelia Island we talked to this week, because Star came out and Star was bad. I mean, it looks terrible. And but like World Golf had the Power Cruise stay there. I guess they were just far enough north where they weren't impacted with that storm. But even Amelia Island lost some groups, but replaced it with power companies and things like that last minute on there. So with us, the bridge, I think the bridge shuts down at 35-mile-per-hour winds or something like that. So you can't have guests staying there in case there's emergency vehicles wouldn't be able to access over the bridge. So it's great being at that location, but boy, when it comes up like that, it's tough, because you can't accept them in there. So we had some inquiries for it. So we just, leisure market is still slow for us. And so group, we had hit our budget for the year, but now we still got to book about another 100,000 in the year for the year after the storm. So we're just trying to do that. And big thing we'll concentrate on is crossover, how we're crossing over into 25. We try to have, say, like 70% of your group business on the books, crossing over. So we got a little work to do on that. So everything's going good, but leisure drives us on there. Leisure is a big driver for us. So Pam will tell you, between Europe and cruise lines and everything's back open on the other states, we just we need to get back in that leisure groove on there. Yep, that's it.
Great. Thank you. Ms. Walker.
Pam Walker, Walker Adventures. Speaking about the international market, which is what mostly I'm involved in, the international market is going crazy. I just got back from Europe, and I have never in my life, and I've been traveling forever, I have never seen it so crowded. So all of the business that we are lacking, it's over there, I think, at the moment. Interesting fact was that most of my suppliers are now telling me that whereas in the past July was high season for tourism everywhere, now they're saying September and October are the biggest months because the kids go back to school in August and everybody's saying, oh, phew, I don't have to travel with kids. So we're going in September and October. So there's 2 high seasons. It's June and July and beginning of August, and then September and October. So there's actually 2 high seasons now that we have to be aware of in our business. But I honestly think right now, domestic tourism is down because of, like Shelley said, because people are considering the election, so things are down, people don't know what to do, so they're not moving as much, and if they go anywhere, they're going to Europe because they're afraid of traveling in the United States right now because of the election. So that's my take.
Interesting. Thank you. Mr. Commissioner, Council, I keep calling you that. Sorry.
Hey, no,
You had
totally
your
fair.
shot.
It's totally understood. Decommission.
Councilman Clufus.
I would just say it's been a pleasure and a privilege to serve amongst you, and I look forward to being a participant in our community and seeing the continued output of tremendous projects. So Nick Clufus signing out.
Lugerai.
John Lugerai, Oceanside Beach Bar and Grill, and Flagler Beach Business Bureau President. Flagler Beach has been like it always is. We're living, we're breathing. Really didn't love the storms. Really didn't love July. I'm talking to a lot of restaurant owners specifically, and we're just always met with challenges, and COVID with safety and sanitation, which most of us already do very well, but then with workers, and now every year we get hit with minimum wage for server tipped employees, and that just went up, and it's becoming more and more difficult to enjoy the restaurant business. But I would say moving forward, if we can get through this election, new beach, new hotel, pretty much new city, and thanks to the help of the board, I think we're definitely in the right direction. Other than that, I guess I can just pray for great weather, finish out October strong. And we were sponsoring the Pink Paddle Smash pickleball tournament at the SRC. We just moved it back to December now. I don't have the dates yet. I'm working with the City of Palm Coast with that. Just so many tournaments have been canceled because of the last 2 hurricanes and pushed back right on our dates or next to our dates. Just so much stuff going on in October, and just felt like it was the best part to move it back. So each of you will be getting an invite or a request for donations or just smash each other in pickleball. That'd be great. Nick is going to beat my butt, but I've been training now. And
how did your facilities do?
I would say infrastructure is always the biggest deal. We're very fortunate. My brother built those places rock solid, literally. But yeah, it's always infrastructure. So FPL, they did the best job they could. We were down a few days at both locations. Luckily, I got some great resources, and I had refrigerator trucks, which is the most important thing for me. Make sure my refrigerators stay cool.
Johnny, how did the beach do now that the restored beach, did it fare well?
I'm hoping that our county and city already puts that request in, because at our FB3 meeting on tape, our Army Corps of Engineers said we have this wonderful big button. It's a red button that we push the minute that a hurricane hits, and we come back and we fix your beach at no charge. So I'm hoping they did too, because it absolutely did its job. It protected us. But I would say the few months of enjoyment that we had were just unbelievable, and I'm hoping they bring that back. We did lose a good chunk of the beach. It's still manageable. It's still better than what it was before, but definitely nowhere near what we just had. So,
yeah, a portion of it moved on to A1A. Instead of water, you had sand, but that's okay.
that was interesting cleanup, that's for sure.
Great. Ms. Cook.
Felicia Cook, Marineland Dolphin Adventure. As far as the storm, we got to spend the night with the dolphins, so that's always fun. We were closed 3 days, so yes, Stephen, revenue hurts. So I guess I'm going to have to talk to FEMA about revenue, giving us back revenue. Won't work, but we fared very well. FPNL is always so good to us. They know we have the animals there, and they know that we have to have electricity. We've got big, huge generators, and they're always full of fuel, so it's okay. But the quicker we can get it back to normal is so important to the life of all of our creatures. So very thankful that FP&L does their job so well. We had the sand over the roads instead of the water, so that was good. But when you were walking through it, boy, it hurt. It was just blowing and hitting you like needles. I spent, I think it was Wednesday night, Thursday morning, I can show you my phone. I kept taking pictures of our weather stem output because it kept saying that our wind was 90 miles an hour. Wow. It would say sustained 76, gust 92, sustained 80, gust 90. Wow. I mean, it just kept saying it, and West News kept saying 38 miles an hour. I just kept emailing them pictures of the weather stem. I'm like, this is official. This is NOAA. We're not 38 miles. It's killing us over here. So I didn't sleep at all. I just kept taking pictures and sending them, and the wind was really bad. It was very bad. So much worse than we thought it was going to be on our side of the world.
Alicia, how's the haunted house?
Yes, we had to postpone, not cancel, postpone our Halloween event. So this Friday, this Saturday, next Friday, next Saturday, please the whole world come. Very inexpensive, just a fun thing. That silly, I'd like to say something more, but that silly little haunted house has never hurt from any of the storms. We've never taken it down. We just keep adding to it. Not a single storm has hurt it. It's amazing. It's on top of the hill. So, and it's made out of pallets. It's made out of pallets. Let's start building our homes out of pallets. Amazing. But thank you, Stephen, for asking. Yes. I did want to thank F3, Deborah, and everybody. I had a family emergency and wasn't available to be at the turtle, what do you call it? Unveiling, yeah. Beautiful turtle and great program, and I really appreciated that. And thank you all, the council, the tourism office covering me. So I really appreciate that. And I guess we're going to have dolphin art at this wonderful festival because I'm going to figure out how to make it happen. So, and tortoise art. Our tortoises paint too. If you've not painted with a dolphin, if you've not painted with our tortoises, you need to come and do that. It's fun.
That's fun.
It just takes longer with the turtles.
No, because there's 5 of them. It's 5. So, but it's great fun, and we need your business, so just come anyway.
All right, thank you very much. Well, before I close it out, I wanted to bring it back to Deborah. Deborah had an announcement.
I do. So we are a very successful organization, and we bring lots of great presentations here on a quarterly basis, and we shine, and none of that would be possible without like really great leadership. So today is Bosses Day, and in celebration of Bosses Day, on behalf of our staff, I have a certificate for Amy, and it reads, "We extend our heartfelt gratitude for your leadership, compassion, and dedication, inspiring us all to be our best. We feel privileged to work alongside you and are truly thankful to have you as our mentor." And it's signed by her whole staff, including Dolores Key, who is economic development. Amy doesn't just oversee tourism, she also oversees economic development. So her plate is extremely full, and I just wanted to take this opportunity to recognize her on behalf of the staff. So
If it's okay, can we get a picture?
Thank you. And really, I say it all the time, the staff, I call my unicorns because they're truly one of a kind, and I feel very fortunate, and they help me look good, us look good, and they are passionate about what we do, and giving to the community and supporting small businesses is like, it just, we live and breathe it, and it's so important to us, and it shows in their work. And I always push them probably to the point where they look scared, and then I know that's when they're going to do their best work. So I'm very fortunate. So thank you, guys.
Yeah, the board can be background. Come on up.
Right.
yeah, that'd be great. Thank you. Just take stuff.
Squeeze in.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Hey.
Oh, yay.
scooch. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna take a few. You guys all look great. I think like 10 of them. Yeah.
All right, so just final comments. This is, I guess, completes my first year with everybody, so thank you. Hopefully, we reorg in November. I'll be fortunate enough to continue, but sometimes that is out of my hands. But I'll do my best. I've had a great time getting to know everybody a little bit better up here, and working more closely with Amy and staff has been very rewarding and enlightening. I've learned a lot more, being much more active with what's going on than in the background. So it's been great. Hopefully, I'll see everybody again at the next meeting. But I want to say that for thanks, following a storm like that, I want to give thanks to all of our government agencies, especially our emergency management, Jonathan Lord and his team, for for guiding us through these events and being in charge, and just knowing what buttons to push and how to take care of everything and get the supplies and the resources we need. We even have out on the west side where they get electric on last because the water recedes last. There's temporary showers and laundry facilities for residents that still don't have water or electric yet. And so, my last tour was with a lot of the waters receding throughout the county. It seems like everybody's getting everything back to normal. And, I wish we didn't, the different places didn't lose as much of that either business, stays and restaurant business, and hope that everybody can recoup that as everybody gets back on their feet. But so with that, I'll take a motion to adjourn, and I'll thank everybody for being here again.
So moved.
All right. Thank you, sir. We're adjourned.